That's not like a normal. Yes, but yeah, that's a very quality plus support experience. Well, I'll see if you guys want to do it.
Yo, what's going on, gang?
I also don't know if we have enough time, but
I am getting extra then.
this is the next 8 episodes, baby. This is all season, man. I got bad news about the sun. Oh, we'll say. I really bad news for me. Every time that I'm like obviously in the lead, you can just like, well, bad news to the other person. It's bad news because it's the That's great. I like when it's not clear who wins at the end. When I'm reading all the silly points things and I didn't go up and down for most of for you guys guessing.
I love what? What the fuck is happening to me, bro? Any expeditions? Jesus.
Mark out points for gigahertz, Spellbrog, Sweet Liberty, and the Pity Point.
Whoa, there's a lot this time. Oh my god.
Also a point for Wood with like 5 O's. I don't know what that was.
Holy shit. I might just need to do this one. Fuck me.
I feel like everyone was right there the whole time and big up either way. By a narrow margin, 5 points, they put it this way. Yeah. And guess what? Next episode, 20 questions, part 2. Mark gets to play again. I just get to eat my own hat. That's what we do. I really thought you guys you were all over this. I thought you were going to earn positive points there for a while. I thought you were doing it. I was just messing around. Today's experience has taught him to be well prepared for my time. You're very smart, Mark. You're a very smart man. You're good at things. You have lots of skills, except when it comes to class report. Apparently that's this was like, we knew it was the item too. It wasn't like the concept of an item. It wasn't like, turns out, Mark's just a big... Is that the conclusion? Mark, summarize what we learned today here with this speech. Wait, summarize what we actually learned today. What we've learned, at least what I learned, is that entertainment comes in any form. We don't have to focus on electronic entertainment. We don't even entertain ourselves. There's imagination, there's sport, there's board games, there's card games, there's simple drawing, there's just existing and doing the world around us. It didn't take a break from technology. It really can do other things. That way, whenever you have to think of something that's not a video game for entertainment, it's not so fucking smart. That's why. Anyway, thanks for playing, guys. What a fun episode. I really enjoyed that day. I felt like that was lighthearted, really kept it moving. Once you guess it, just the relief of coming up with the answer yourself and getting it right really takes away all of the pain. Like, I can't imagine the agony I'd be in if I never got there on my own. Make sure you follow the podcast so you know when the next episode's going to come out. And don't forget you watch video of this. Oh, we have Spotify. And we have merch. DistractableStore.com. More new designs come soon. This is basically there right now.
I just know how much fucking room I have, bro. I need this. This is fun.
Thanks so much for listening or watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Distractable. I'm your hostess, Wade, and joined as always with my co-host, Mark Paul. Hi guys, how are you? Hello. How you feeling, Mark? He has not left his house. He's been there for something that bad things happen. No, this is good. You sound very nosy. Not nosy. Apparently, a lot of your heat is stuck out of your nostrils. What about this? That's kind of like rumbly. Rumbly in a way I'm not a huge fan of, if I'm completely honest. So how are you guys? Oh. As much as I like us evolving into badness in the intro, I feel like I'm John trying to get us on far somewhat today. I had a whole game ready. I was so ready to win. I was so ready. I'm taking over. Can I take over the episode? No. Hey, no, I've got too much of a good idea. I've got an original idea, and I want to get to it today. We actually get to my topic. Small talk. Yeah, quick small talk. I will cut you off. Yeah, I'm being mean today. So much happened since the last recording. Yeah, tell us, Mark, what's happened? Yeah, I always hold my small talk till the next episode. So really. Oh yeah, what you got, dude? Tell us. Well, I mean, there's something small talk. My whole editing gang is here. We're all working together for the first time in a while. Like, well, not the first time. We worked for a week, kind of learning VFX a little bit, running Tractor and Co. But now we're on our own, working together in an Airbnb, and we turned the living room to an office, and it's really nice. I haven't had this since way back when, in what people might know as the Tuba Flyer days. It was a while ago. It was quite a while ago, and like working in that environment was good, but it was just something where I wanted to shift what I was doing from that, and now it's come full circle, and I'm back doing it again, and it's very nice because I've learned a lot in skill building and actually like able to do certain things, and still have a lot of fatigue. And we're all working together, and it's such a nice environment. I know that a lot of people out there are like they want to work. Predominantly, that's what I've done all my life, and that's what a lot of people who are in this field do.
No, I'm really gonna make my shit look good.
That's not what it's about. But it's a temporary thing. The short-term sunshine. No, it's part time. I mean, it's not like that. But this is the end. We're all like into it. No one's forced to do this. It's actually fun and engaging. It's tough, but it's the kind of stuff that I like, where it's challenging. You're being pushed and you're having to adapt quickly, learn quickly, make mistakes. But it's actually way fun. Once you introduce like reality cameras, watching you guys do this, and then sex, drugs, and alcohol, you have like The Office, here's the store for a new idea. And then, right before everyone's about to leave, you say the last person alive wins $1 million, and then see what happens. Oh man, we have to make The Office and here's the store. Dude, you legitimately sound like that producer that I told you about that walked in when we were doing that game dev thing that blew up into everything that spiraled out of it. The game dev show, the producer of the game dev show, this TV show, and then started getting people to fight each other to create drama. Like real life people. Game developers, game developers, and I think it's really yeah, those people exist. They're saying it sounds super fun. Yeah, very fun. I'm saying if a real producer thinks it's a good idea, I must be a real producer. Producer. I think you are a real producer. Thank you. That does sound fun, though. I definitely don't think I've done that in quite a while, but I did have and I had to do 5 days a week in an office, like, kind of stuff. But getting a team together for, like, special, hard work session, it sounds fun. It reminds, I'm sure it's not the same, but it reminds me of the tour in a lot of ways, for my experience. Like, the tour was a lot, and it would be even harder now because we had, like, we kid, and our lives are busy and whatever, but there was something about that that was very fun, that we were all just on the fun. It was stuff like, it's hard to capture that. It is fun. I don't think I can do it all because I am like even an introvert like me, getting around people, especially when it's something we're all passionate about, or like we're all passionate about, they can see that we're not passionate about it. But I think they're passionate about about it. And then just like seeing the progress and learning. It's like I always encourage people out there, like, oh, you always got to be learning. You know, you got to be learning new skills. It's not too late to start learning anything. I'm getting into Blender now, and boy, howdy, is it frustrating to even navigate in Blender. If you send me a smoothie right now, dude, I'll give you 10 points. Make me a green monster with a pie finisher. I don't know your blue dress. You say Blender, I think like a nice Caribbean. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, you can't think that more just try to know software Blender because, you know, a lot of people use it, but I totally get you know a regular Blender. It's like an orgy hookup app. Agree? If that's your predominant knowledge of it, I'm very strong at it. Good. So Martin said that's really your fault. Oh, you're right, Mark. It's never too late to keep learning, and I have been learning things about cars. That's right, it's time for another car update. Yippee! I already shared this. It's actually not breaking news or anything on the subreddit, but I recently I've only used wheels and tires for quite a while, but recently, finally, got my summer tires mounted on my fancy, whatever, my fancy gold wheels, baby. They're not really that nice. They're the tires that come in the car, but you're not supposed to use them if it's under 40 degrees. It's the weather state of the time that gets very hard and kind of slippery when it gets too cold. So I instead of like winter season tires just for like for snow, like for beach. So these are my new wheels. Whoa, gold wheels with my blue car, looking snazzy. I did not put the tires onto the wheels, but I did put the wheels on myself. I had a little jack in my garage, and I jacked up all four corners. I also learned I have tire pressure monitor sensors in my wheels. You know how most modern cars do that, right? They'll tell you how much what PSI your wheels are if they get low. I didn't want to take them out of my old wheels and put them on the new ones, so I wanted to have a set in both. And I didn't know until they were all on the car already that you're supposed to calibrate those and like set them up before the tires are inflated. Once they're inflated, apparently you can't do that. So I have to now jack up all four corners of my car again, fully deflate my tires, set those up one at a time, then fully reinflate my tires, which is not like a huge problem, but it's just one of those tasks where it's like, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be sitting on the floor of my garage, like, with the air just like, and I'm like, so it's kind of boring and annoying. But I'm learning. I was gonna say you could get a Ryobi tire inflator. I have a Ryobi tire inflator. That's what I'm using. This episode of Distractable is probably not profitable, but it could be. I wish, man. I wish. It's almost Ryobi days again. Can you imagine? I use my Ryobi impact driver. I put the wheels on. I've got my Ryobi shop vac to clean up the inside of my car. Oh my god, they got me. It's gonna be really awkward if we're brought to you by a competitor. They got mobile workstations. Have you seen the mobile workstation? That's not, that wasn't available for sale the last time I looked, but it looks awesome, doesn't it? Oh, still can see, but that's awesome. Yeah, it's like a dolly, but it's got a big wooden work surface, and it'll fold up to like a table, so you can dolly things around. If you fold it down like a dolly, it's a dolly, and you turn it, you set it right at the yeah. Are we old? Yeah, I'm a dad. These are dad activities. I don't know your excuses. I was all about this even back when I was in high school building decks outside. I love power tools. That's true. You were a construction man. Yeah, this is great. This is amazing. Hey, speaking of decks, Mark, the stairs on our back deck are very unsafe. Do you know enough to help me build some new deck stairs? Yeah, as long as the posts are good. Are the posts good? All it is the stairs are like rotted, and then it's like the stairs are collapsing in the middle because they're just built real shitty. Yeah, you shouldn't walk up those. The deck itself is like in great shape. It's like they added crappy stairs onto it. How many stairs are we talking? 3 stairs. It's like a deck that's like 3 feet off the ground. And it's just like 3 steps down to the ground level. Yeah, that's super easy. Yeah. We'll do that later. I can do that later. Can I come hang out while Mark fixes your stairs? Well, I was just kidding. Ask him some questions. Send me like maybe a drawing.
if you're coming out here, you can help. I know you're busy.
I would do that. That'd be fun.
We could do that. We could do a whole episode. Wait, you can sit in the hot tub. The hot tub's almost done. You hang out in the hot tub. Mark and I'll do the real work.
Can I get a boat floaty to sit on in the hot tub?
Yes. Oh, I was thinking we could, if we do the hot tub episode idea, but we put a boat in the hot tub. Is that our hot tubs are pretty fun. I would like that.
We got to level up with each boat episode. It will get more extravagant every time.
We can't lead off with the private yacht rental. That's for later.
Then our 10-year anniversary, do we each get a yacht? Thanks, Mark.
Treating us on 3 separate boats, doing this over the
Why am I buying you a yacht? I just asked you to. You're fixing his stairs. This is pretty much on par.
Because I said it out loud.
You'll fix Bob's stairs, we will buy B a yacht. Bias? Friendship? You know what? We will build you a yacht together.
Ooh.
We will work together and we will build you that yacht.
Hang on, I've got some. I bet you guys could build a yacht that would definitely float, at least a little.
I've never built a boat in my life, but hey, it's wood, right?
If you put enough epoxy on anything, it'll float.
You gotta look up yacht construction. Maybe there's like an IKEA for a yacht.
That sounds right. You could probably just buy a Malm dresser in the water.
We can try boat. Malm, or a field. Yeah, that's probably good. I want this mobile living. No, doesn't it look sick though? I don't even need that, but I just saw that and I was like, oh, that's a combination of so much cool stuff. Alright. Workstation. We got episode ideas, we got some small talking. I think it's time to jump into our episode before we go too deep into Reno Beach. We're going to be sending this That's a totally original idea, Wade. Alright, so today I am going to think of something. And I want you guys to work separately to figure out the couple different somethings I'm thinking of. And you can ask me questions. Try to get to that answer. Man, something about this smells super familiar. Baking is flying like a cartoon. Man, the first one was pretty weird. And let's get my weird episode that was in Bacon and made a mockery. I'm going to make a mockery. I think I'm making a mockery of my first episode. You guys played fair and square. No, exactly. I am not making a mockery. I just like the idea. I felt bad that you only got to use one of your 10 ideas for each of us. And I was like,
Yeah, well, I know it's ambitious, wasn't it?
we'll just do a little bit more 20 questions. I feel like Mark deserves a chance to redeem himself. Bob has this idea, and he's got to be like, even though I won, I feel like Bob's still redeeming his chance somehow.
Oh,
You know, it's fine. Actually, this is great because I don't know how your brain is going to come up with stuff, but I know you got boat on. So my first guess is boat.
my previous guess is yacht.
Is boat on your list? Can I get points if boat's on your list? I won't tell you right now, but sure, if boat's on my list, I'll give you points. Alright, so I just gotta somehow trick him to writing boat on his list sometime in the episode.
Yeah, it's such an interesting idea, Wade. I can't believe you came up with this all on your own.
Thank you. I was up all night last night racking my brain. I was like, when I inevitably dominate Mark in the first episode we record, I need a good topic idea. So what I'll do is take Bob's and call it part 2. And I was like, Jason Parker, think. I'm gonna get this compact brushless pruning chainsaw and I'm gonna show you the dominance. Which one of you would like to go first? Should I even bother writing down? Hold on, I'm not ready. Is it the same game and everything? Oh God, yes. Do you think I changed it at all? Okay. You get a question and a guess, and the first 20 questions, the more points you have left, you guess it early, you get the key. Man, if I don't get this fairly efficiently, I'm going to look like such a cock for how much I made fun of you guys. I mean, I feel like the words are relatively concept, and something might be hard to know. As you're playing, it's so hard to know. You don't know where your next brains are going to go. So, Mark, let's guess both before you even ask the question. Yes, sure, both. Is it a... No. Can you imagine? There's good imagine. Alright, okay. What's your question? Why do you start this Bob, or do you guys keep track of them? You don't have to keep track of the questions. Why do you have to keep track of what number is going on? And I hold it in my hand. Not easily, typically. Okay.
Wait, can I ask a question outside the game to begin with? The things you thought of, it includes, like, people and stuff, too, so it could be, like, something, or is it not?
Yeah, so some of what
what you did. I don't have like vague concepts. These are all like real tangible people, items, things. So it includes it. Yeah, it's not going to be like item 264 on the periodic table that's theoretically being tested. It's something like these are real things or people. My first question, is it a living being? No. My first guess is a furnace. Is it made up of multiple parts? You're going to not like my answer again. If it's fancy, it doesn't have to. I think what he's saying is maybe. Because if I say yes or no, you can think of an example of this that you can disagree with me on. You thought I was tough. You're welcome to hell, Mark. You'll love when you hear what it is. What the answer to is it made up of multiple parts was it can be? Yes. I would say, to make it a little bit more fair, I would say it can be typically no more than two. Well, I guess it could be more than two. Man, Mark, I feel like this one's getting way better for you than the last time we played this game. I can't wait. I can think of more questions Mark can ask where I give an answer like that. Don't worry. I was going to have a way worse time being in this position than being the host. I love it. I love this game. That's the best. I'm having even more fun this time. All right. Is it the International Space Station? No. Good guess. With its modules and stuff. What reason? Is it one space station or is it multiple modules? All right. My second question. Is it made of metal? No. My second guess is... Wait, special ticketing. No. Oh, I wish I had that, dude. That'd be cool. All right, Mark, please don't ask me a question. I have to give you a convoluted answer. All right, I got the most convoluted question. Is its purpose intended for the idea of improving things? I would say yes. I don't know if I'm leading you down the right path, but like, it's probably trying to what's the most complex with it. And then I get the simplest answer. All right, that's cool. Well, the first thing you have to know is, where did you get your item? Weight. Like, what's the weight? No. Is this thing commonly found in a house? I said yes. Is it a toilet? No. Big pause, like big more question answers. Now, if you say the components that this thing is made up of, no, it's fine. Do I own one of these things? I would say at least. I would hope it is. Oh. If one of us at least one, then I guess you got problems. I don't know what that means. Is it a fire extinguisher? Is my thing regularly touched by the people who inhabit the house? That's a rough question. I feel like it's not. It is either regularly touched or not regularly touched. Doesn't mean never touched, but either it's touched like multiple times a week or it's not. Sometimes it's regularly touched. I feel like that was a pretty solid yes-no question proposition. Okay. I gave you the best answer I could with what you said. Is it the stairs? I'll be nice to tell you it's not stairs. Oh, okay. Is it like a spectrum? Oh, Mark, I thought you had such a good question. I was like, all right. I'm confused. The answer is no. Okay, all right. Question is no. I get that. Okay, all right. That's cool. The space station. You hope I own one. I also hope you own a space station. At least. Is it a toilet? I was kind of thinking it. Like, and this is your fifth question. So here's your fifth question. Is it primarily made of wood? No. That particular question and answer is a very tough one. I would almost tell you to clear that one. I feel like that one. Is it Windows? Is it electronic? No. That was actually what I was thinking. Yeah, I would never make fun of you for that. In a very rare circumstance, it might be able to be. case, I'll at least admit that. Yeah, but like a bone fork might have been a rare case. It is possible that it was a bone utensil, but that's it was. I mean, like, yeah, that's pretty unlikely. I will tell you, none of the items I have, or things I have here, or people I have here, are meant to be that convoluted. I'm just thinking of extreme cases where you guys be like, you're that. Well, no, it should always be presumed. It should always be presumed that you mean primarily yes or primarily no. Primarily no, Mark. So the answer to your question is primarily no. Primarily, is it a mirror? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna vote that. Is mine electronic? My guess is a food serving dish. Is it found in the kitchen? Yes. Ooh, a great answer. Is it great answer? Well, actually. Alright, okay, alright. Wait, hold on. Well. Typically, the old hands made up of multiple departments, you know, that would have been disparate because it's like hard to get it in one part. It's not the space station. Concept of improvement. I was like, I thought it was on the okay, alright. Okay, well, let's first do this by Mark. Like, I've given Bob some specifics. Let me give you one. You can almost always hold it for sure in two hands. Holding it in one hand might be difficult. Oh, okay. Alright. Is my item primarily found in the bathroom? My inclination would be to say yes. I think that is a very commonplace decision. Is mine a drinking glass? Is it rigid? Primarily, yes. I would say the answer is yes. Really, is this warm water, like, with questions, you saying that would make so much sense. Because I'm like, oh, ice, or some shit like that. I'm like, oh. Well, I just want to make sure that I'm not, like, missing some part of the definition. So, yes, I would say it's rigid. Is it a sink? No. Is mine a container? Is mine normally a container? How is that? That one doesn't seem like it should be that complicated. Partially. Partially. I wouldn't think of it, so I would say no, I wouldn't think of it as a container. Okay. Is mine the shower? Is it in other rooms besides the kitchen? Likely. You are averse to a yes or no answer. You are averse to it. I would say usually yes. Like, it's probably definitely in the kitchen, but it's likely in other places too. Is it a trash can? It is. Oh, that is correct. Oh, God. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, like, you see how, like, it can be multiple parts? It's like, well, some have lids, some have, like, mechanism. And intended for the concept of improvement. I see it now. And it's not, that's why you had to look up, is it a tool? Because I was like, oh, like, and it's so handy, it's so light. It's so light. But some are, like, built into, like, your cabinet. And it's primarily rigid. I guess, but there are, like, really flimsy, like, it was really tricky to answer your questions because it's like, when I think of trash can, it's like a little plastic container with no lid, but, like, sure, some of them are, like, built in, like, it ended up being a tougher thing than I thought of when I originally looked at it. But it wasn't trash can, you got it. That was your ninth question, so I think that means you have 11 points, right? Holy well, that's a lot of pressure. Is mine also commonly found in the kitchen? As likely as it is to be found in the bathroom? Commonly has a pretty specific meaning in this question. Those are two of the first places I would think to look for. Okay. Is it a sink? It is not. Not that I want to give you a hint, but if you're on that train, you can do something I guess. I also guess toilet. You know, I'll give you this. I don't think any of us gets this in this or last time. Eliminate a good bit. We're good. Partially a container is the thing that's really fucking me up here. I would not think of it as a container. Well, does or does it not contain other things? Contains one thing. Is this item used during some form of bodily evolution? Like any bodily function, like going to the bathroom, washing your hands, brushing your teeth, anything where you're doing stuff that's like cleaning or otherwise getting things into or out of your body. I would say it is used to help your body. If you're being dispenser, it is not. is this item consumed when it is touched or otherwise used? That's a good question. Eventually. So yes. So yes. Yeah. Is it a bar of soap? No. I feel like yours is being a lot harder than I thought it would be. Did you ask if it was rigid? No, that's not a very good question. That's kind of where I was going. It is rigid, generally rigid. Not the important. Is it a box of tissues? No. I'm going to on the right track. Tissues is probably the closest to the right track. Does it get wet at any point during normal use? Yes. I don't know if I would think of it as wet, but like, you know what, Mark, I message you this to see how you feel about the, sure, yeah, I can understand, I'm not really yes or so, I'm not talking about that. Yeah, you're not, let me just send you what it is, see how you feel about that. Most of this, I think, it's been fair, and honestly, there was one thing that I think and he's your opponent, you're welcome to give him things up. Alright, if you want to clarify one of the answers, that's fine with me. Okay, so I think the idea of like, it's just as likely in the kitchen bathroom. So I think that's like a personal preference. Yeah, that's fair. I do think that there is a place you'll probably keep this, but for most people, like usually kitchen and or is it a sponge? No. No, because that would be wet, obviously. Obviously. Was that 13? That was 13. So this time, whenever your brain doesn't come up with anything close to the item, do you think a question comes to get there? Well, my problem is I have a lot of questions, but I don't think any of them are going to get me substantially closer to helpful. Is this meant to be eaten and or consumed like it's food? Probably not represented. I get what you're saying. Not intended to be. Okay. Not so easy, is it? So easy. Is it mouthwash? It is not. You were teaching about whether it's yes or no. Wet is not supposed to describe it, but technically is there like a moisture involved? I can understand that response. Now, that is a bit difficult. If I had a gun to my head, I would say most likely yes. But that's not the main point. Here, ask me a question. And I'll give you a straight answer no matter what. I'll sabotage you to answer it. Yep, I believe you. You ask me a yes or no. That's the only thing I'll say. No qualifiers. I'll give you right the information. Is this thing one distinct item? Okay, no, but so is it one thing completely, or is it like something inside of something, something attached to something? I feel like that's not that crazy. You think you do yes or no answer. That's the answer. Yeah, so which side of the question was it? Is this one item, or is it not? Is it a combination of like different materials that are container or some other kind? It is not one singular thing. Oh wait, that could make some kind of hard to answer. Dude, it's a lot harder to be on this side than I thought it would be. If you're gonna put like your garbage can questions of like, is it one item? It's like, would be paper towel? It is not. Does it help the body, quote, in your words, by being used on the body itself? Yes. That's what I was going to say. Is this lotion? No. Yes, that's as clear as we know you can go. It's no lotion. It's so fucking confusing. I kind of understand that, but it's not lotion. You are so on the right track. Is it like an injury or a specific medical condition, or is it a fine? Yeah, it's used for a specific reason. Specific condition you use it for. Injury. Not injury, but a specific condition. Or a preventive condition. That's just a guess for your question. This is my 18th question. Tissue, Kleenex, and sunscreen. It's hard for me to tell you a closer guess what it's right there for me. I'm honestly struggling to think of something that relates to all of those. Is this a kind of wipe? No. out of it. Along the right sounds of still, but no, it's a simpler concept. No, I recommend eating that, and that'd be fine. No, that's true. It's just gross. There's a clue that I could give, but I feel like it would almost be me. Up to you if you want to give it. You sound very handsome today. I like yourself. Please enjoy your suffering after he's suffering from it. No, I'm enjoying the suffering. We already have a pretty good lead, even if I got it right now. I'll give you it's going to probably fail. Of course, you know, when you said you need it, something was probably. Some people have a problem with eating this thing? Probably. Or who's making it? You know, that's So we've left the realm of close, and now we are very far away. I thought that clue was just gonna really. Oh man. I can't think of anything that relates to like sunscreen, lotion, and tissues. No, it's right there. It's right there. If I had a one-word clue, it would probably be. I feel like this is a thing I just either have never heard of or don't use. That's where I'm at right now. I'd be shocked. You've heard of it. You've probably seen it used more recently than you think. Chapstick. It is. And I put some on while you were in
Oh, the actual fuck is chapstick related to lotion or sunscreen?
Yeah, I can see it being related to that.
Also, how is that not a container full of chapstick? You completely got me off of anything that was like lotion or deodorant or chapstick, but you said it wasn't a plastic container filled with something!
Did he ask that question?
Yes! I asked if it was a container, and his answer was, oh, not really. I don't think of it like that.
So the primary part of it is not a container. The primary part of chapstick is a chapstick.
It is a container filled with a material!
We followed this. I don't know. I went through it. Mark and I went through it. We did the best we could with that, man. I didn't hear that question. I didn't hear that one.
Also, I get you on the wet one, but I'm gonna go ahead and say the bodily pollution one was also a bad answer. You use that at any point in time, primarily in public, because usually it's when you're outside. You don't use that during a bodily pollution.
And that depends. I use it when my lips are chapped. I don't use it with preventative. I use it when my lips are chapped.
You don't keep it. Also, I'm just saying, you probably keep it in the kitchen as much as you keep it.
That's why I was saying that one.
Keep it wherever you keep your keys, which is for a lot of people the entryway or the mud room.
I keep chapstick in our medicine cabinet. So, like, our medicine cabinet in the bathroom, I've got chapstick, and the kitchen, we've got chapstick.
But that's why I called that one out specifically. That's why I said. I feel like the container one totally shut off the realm of alcohol of lotion.
It was a tough question today. Like, you can see how the tough question today is.
It's not. No, I don't actually.
All right.
If you ask me if chapstick is a container, I would say yes. It has a container. Because it has a lid.
I think my answer was it's not primarily a container. The primary part of chapstick is stuff you use.
No, you said that about something else. Specifically, I wrote down that you said, I don't think of it as a container.
I don't. I mean, it is a...
It is specifically a plastic tube containing the chapstick.
I get that.
Or a thing of lip balm in a little container, which, by the way, could be made of metal, but that one's not that strong enough.
Okay, you know, I wasn't thinking of the little handheld lip balm.
That was a fair item, but I do feel like a couple of those questions really fucked me.
They were tough to answer for my defense. They were tough to answer. And Mark was laughing at me until he tried to answer them too, so I want to say that was tougher to answer than just me. Well, okay, I don't remember. What did I get at? All right, you know what, Bob? I will be fair, and I will adjust the points accordingly slightly to make it more fair.
No, that was my 20th guess. I deserve 0 points for my performance.
You guys want to try to do a quick one?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I have heard of it. I've never in my life used chapstick except for one winter when my lips wouldn't stop bleeding. But I don't actually use chapstick. Like in 5 years, I haven't bought or used chapstick in my life.
Well, I use it a lot. I've got it everywhere. I've got it in the bedroom. I've got it in the bathroom, the kitchen here. Like, we keep chapstick everywhere. We travel with it. You mentioned like traveling with it.
I feel like it's one of those things where if you can get away with not using it, even if your lips get chapped, it's better than using it. When I never put chapstick on, I only just use like every time. Yeah, I think it depends on what brand you use. I actually use that. I use it.
Like, I used to put them on like was not intentional, actually. That was just me putting my lips in.
Oh, I could have sworn that was a clue because you were really.
No, I put it on as a clue, but I was not like.
I was getting a lot of that actually.
That was just me playing with my lips. All right, next one. Let's try to get through quick. I'm sure this will go well. Mark, you want to go first again? Or
Yeah, give the hardest.
give you the hardest one. Done. So give me the easiest one. I don't know if either of these are particularly difficult. I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
It didn't exist 100 years ago.
That is essentially something else that it is. But yes, it did. But you have to look it up.
Is it the logo?
Definitely could be. It could be made entirely of plastic. I'm thinking
Is it a status symbol now?
no. That is the big question. I don't think there's a chance of what this is. That somehow throws you off and it comes back to bite me in the ass when you fit. No.
No. I think that was pretty clever. Is mine primarily used inside? Is mine a lawnmower?
That'd be very neat.
Yeah. Could it kill me?
Probably. Unlikely, but probably.
Unlikely, but probably. Yeah.
I'm sure it is still Yeah. There are versions of this.
Predominantly candy has land, majority of these.
The manual and yes, I would say the most common where I think is that I would just pick up on.
Only with one hand. And then, like, your next follow-up, like, you're further, and it's like, huh, That's how we started playing the game. Tracking stuff. Years away from when I do a 1 to 2 hour episode. I'll be covered 2 hour episodes. Will be behind. You can typically do more than one. Is mine
yes, I would say it could be entirely.
right?
Well, and that's question or answer that one.
Okay, alright, I wouldn't dwell on that. I wouldn't dwell on that.
like a patio paver? No. You got the first, like, there's certain questions like you guys that you haven't asked. It's like, man, if they ask this, that would certainly help. Is it something that runs out as you use it? I feel like if I answer this in a specific way, it'll give it away. Well, that's why I'm asking the questions, isn't it? I know, but it's supposed to be like a yes or no. Yeah, it is, huh? If I answer that, yes, you can run out, but not like a battery. I hate that question. I hate that question. It's not you like the questions or not. It's your I feel like the answer is yes with an asterisk. Can run out, at least temporarily, not like a battery. Is it a radon mitigation system? It's not an array. Is iron made of wood? That is the predominant material I was saying. Wood, then maybe metal, then plastic, and then anywhere else. I would focus on, is it like a swing set? No. Is there a specific room in the house that this thing belongs? No way. I was just typing that though to Wade. Does that count for anything? Nope, I didn't get the message yet. It says 340 on the timestamp. I guess we gotta play the game of trust here, where you actually think that the answer is. As he was saying it, I was on the A of my question, is it a vacuum? And I had a thought of like, oh, it's a vacuum. I feel like it was, if it's even remotely close, it was fully my turn, and I got it out there. You got it before he typed it. Yes. Yes. This is primarily, it's not alive, it could be made of plastic, but not normally, it's not electronic, it's not primarily used indoors, it does not use any complex machines, it's normal for it to be touched or physically interacted. It can also be made out of metal, but it's not normally. It is not made of multiple parts. I could pick it up, and it is usually primarily made of steel. Does this thing get moved on a regular basis, or is it basically stationary? I would say that thing is moved. Baseball bat? It is. I was just going to say, I love that the like comments reading our chat is like the late notes the fact it is baseball bat. I got that on your 11 plus. Is that your 11 plus 2? Yeah, I have that as my 11. Yeah. You guys both got on your 11 question. What a good. If you had gotten vacuum before Mark said Mark didn't get a background, I think you would have gotten one. We'll find out. It's that simple for that's why I said I kind of like this. Like maybe in 1901, when apparently the first vacuum was invented, that I had to look up. You know why I didn't think of this stuff you had to look up 100 years ago? I was like, ooh, interesting. I remembered that and then I forgot.
I need to do them all. All of these, I'm going to do them all.
They had a baseball bat, it's like for kids, those plastic ones. My brother had a metal baseball bat that he used to swing, and like I remember being hit with the ball and reaching the metal baseball bat. I don't know. So like you think it's major league or college, like wood, right? Wood bats. They used metal in college, but yeah, they used wood in AAA. They used college. Typically, you would imagine that a baseball bat is really friendly. Now, I think all of your answers were pretty fair. I don't know why you were so cagey about it's mentally touched.
Oh, it is really good.
Yeah, you were like, oh, only that question. That could be, I don't know. You were like cagey about it. But yeah, obviously it's meant to be touched. I don't think that would have really affected it, but I do think that your answer to that would be I don't remember how you worded it or whatever. I try to think outside the box of like, if I'm going to leave you down the line of thinking of it. Maybe I should think of it. Like, is it meant to be cut? Like, well, if you want to use it, like, entertainment thing. Like, I could have some more questions along the line of like, is it medicine? Is it food? Like, you guys never asked something with edibles? You never asked something with like medicine or entertainment? I knew it wasn't. I knew You guys went straight to like the what is it made of rather than the whole thing. Yeah, of course. That's just that. It uses complex machines. I like that. That's a good question. Yeah, that was a good one. Because I was like, no, it's about as simple as you can get. It's just a piece of fucking wood. And then I guess I'm wrong. My guesses were not very good. That's the thing. How is that? Whenever you hosted, like, as soon as I would say, like, no, it's not that, I'd be like, what about this? It's literally that thing you said. Can I wear it? No. It was a shoe. Can I pick it up? It's a toy set. Dude, where? Do we have a toy set in our yard? That I could definitely pick up. But it's a terrible piece of shit. Your incredible strength plays no part here. No, it's made entirely of wood.
You are a beautiful man. You.
Mark messaged me and guessed birdhouse. Or with the flu yet. I had on during one of your early ones. I was like, ooh, it could be a vacuum. I should just gun. But then when he said you store it in a certain room, I should have just guessed. Why would I guess? As complicated as chapstick is going to be, I was like, they're going to go vacuum cleaner and baseball bat. I hope it doesn't get that. Well, then the handheld part. Do you understand the handheld difficulty? It's like this little small handheld magnet. The running out thing was interesting. I feel like that could be there. Weird. I don't know why, but I was like, because you could run out of bags, it could fill up. There was like a whole different, there was a couple different ways. Yeah, so that was also tricky to answer. Just like, can you run out of space? So I would have just said no. You can't run out of vacuum. It doesn't run out. It fills up. So you just empty it. It's not like you use it up and you buy another one. Yeah, but like, if I'm taking a flashlight doesn't matter. It's the same thing. I would say the flashlight doesn't matter. Yeah. I'd say as we know, the night guessing vacuum. That's 22. You know how you have night guessing still like based on that. I gave you a bonus 4 points that I don't really answer the chapstick. You made a fair argument that my answer is my legend. Like, I was like 10, so like I can see. I gave you 4 points for that. I can see the voice searching right now. Mark, your bonus I have learning, teamwork, idea for young. Both of you I have excited about together. What happened? So that's another 5, bringing it to 5 points. And compliment point, hard point. I have up answer, and then I have you did get back into the extra part. That got you to 7. Four guys, Mark looking up. Mark redemption! Redeemed! Another thing I took off the list, I guess we had to go to 3 rounds. I actually had tissues in the 3rd round as one of the items. Oh, we never would have guessed that. It was one of our guys. Points for that. I'll give you 2 points. Good show, good fun. That's the game. It's harder to be on the question side than I think it feels like it should be. It's been a host time too. Some of the questions you guys asked is like, yes. I do my vacuum, no. Like, are those? Pretty much any vacuum. Anyway, Mark, yes, sir. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Stay tuned for next episode. There's no greatest idea ever. And it's not going to be like the greatest episode of Distractable ever, which I think was. But now that episode is going to look like shit. There's the episode that I haven't seen. I'm so excited. I was hoping that I would win one of these so I could get to it right now. We'll just have to wait until the next episode. I can't wait. You guys can't wait. It's going to be great. Oh, boy. Thank you. Tough boy. Bob, what do you got? After that, if there's another 20 questions episode next time, I will be disappointed. supposed to give his, but I find that hilarious. No. I'm still gonna open his no matter what you say. I feel like my personal screwed me over more than thank you all for watching. If you aren't watching us on Spotify, you should, because we have great visual gags, such as wasteful on chapstick during an episode, or finish up. Are we allowed to show dip on this show? Yeah. Do I have to wear a shirt myself? I'm going to try to, but there might be a little dip if I'm not. But awesome. We have merch. Distractable War. Yeah, but you should probably know that by now. But that's it. DistractableStore.com. We have stuff there. You can get it. And if we don't have stuff, there'll be more new stuff soon. Stay tuned for that one where Mark will host probably 20 Questions Part 3. Stay tuned for that. And we'll see you then. Until next time, podcast out.
Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractable. This episode, mentholated Mark consults his toes from the tub again and sets his friends against the corner fender. Breathing Wade has his ducts cleaned, and sleeping like a boss in December. Bloodthirsty Paul reads Robin Bobbins for slide stoners and formulates like a legend. From Apple Cash to Trolley Wade again.
Rip roaringly. Rip you raw. I thought it's multitasking, but now it's like distracting windows someplace. There are two windows that open, but they're both on the Google light screen. Well, I am hosting, as I said, and this episode is guaranteed to be hilarious because of that, because I'm participating in the game with these two guys. Yay! I love these two. Yeah, it's way. Well, Wade and Bob. It doesn't have to be that word. In a lot of ways, it would be Bob and Wade. The shortest, best. This way you're looking for Bob. It's quick. Be ready. Okay, let's take your holy paper bag. Skip everything was physical, it was tangible. Actually, it's clear not about the people that make a visual, like write journal thing that I like. Going over kind of stuff on it, but it does replicate the sensation of writing with the most accuracy I've ever seen in a digital device. gonna try this. It actually all starts with case writing. I don't know. I can't zoom in on it.
Well, you know what that thing that I think I know what you're talking about in the world of writing is such a big deal. But when I was in law school, they were in like beta testing it, and a guy came to our law school and was like, "Lawyers write all the time, and don't you just hate writing on not paper? Look at this!" And they had us like give them consumer feedback on the writing. It's very expensive. I'm blown away at how expensive that thing is.
It is way overpriced.
It is cool.
Yeah, but it's so overpriced. That's why I'm not recommending it nor saying what it is. If you want to get it, but I'm not saying it help. But anyway, like I said, I'm getting so I can help you. Wait, I'm gonna help you by segueing into an opportunity for you to win points by telling us about your life. I'm ready.
Life's good. We got our ducks yesterday. I didn't know it's kind of a thing you do, but I guess you should have your ducks clean. Ours started like HVAC system 3 was a problem. No house broke. It's a nice positive thing that I hope my police will do. Well, airs up. Yeah, thank you. There's a T in that word. Yeah. Duck. Now say it in the sentence. We had our air ducts clean. And see, I'm like ducks. No, I guess I said the same thing. We had air ducts clean. We had our air clean. Oh. That's not the part. That's not the thing that we're.
Please, are they? I will give you so many points if you do that action. Okay, wait, we cannot have the next thing you do, that's freezing air. Guys, understand that I can't do it. Like to go outside, you know, once you do nice, like, it's goodbye. Goodbye. It's crazy little goodbye, you know. No, we do have rocking chairs on the back. Well, it's not rocking chairs. They're like those chairs that like have the cushions so they turn down and rock a little bit. I never rocking chairs like the great red wooden thing that like old lady in the you don't have rocking chairs. You just have chairs that rock. Beverly Hillbillies. Think of that. What are your thoughts on children the thing? Oh, they know that. Do you have any sort of reputation for having clothes in pitfalls or there's a dogs that they come out here like that? They don't make it that far.
What is that? Kill them before they get on your property. I see the dogs making a run for it, and I'm like, don't do it.
We have an understanding with them.
Sounds like a casual fun summer.
See, you have all this, like, you start your phone on your story, and then you get small snippets into the windows of intrigue that are your life. And I hope just someday to experience the whole thing. Well, some things you gotta keep to yourself. You can visit and experience this. You need to. This is a nonsense. Nothing like hearing the snap of an alligator's jaw. This is the style of truck. Okay. Nature's so beautiful.
Alright, that's great. Good. How's your life? Well, speaking of nature, we had a nest that was dormant over the winter, but then a robin came and moved into it on our back porch, and then laid 3 eggs. And we've been following the saga of the 3 little robin chicks who've been growing up in the nest on our back porch, and they're gonna like fly away any day now. They're apparently up to like 10 to 14 days is kind of a window from when they hatch to when they try and leave the nest, I guess, which seems crazy. But they're looking big. You can see them when they're gonna peek up a little, and even the dad is here. I didn't know dad birds did that. So the mom and the dad are around, and they take turns like hanging out in the nest and bringing food and stuff.
They're less likely to do that.
Well, you have to have parents for them to get pregnant. So plus, aren't they more likely to become robin anyway?
I don't know if his main origin story is though, like a movie.
Because they're robins. Literally, I said that they're robins. They would definitely be robins.
Robin. Okay. Now that you've got that sorted out, I'm going to switch off the honorary segue for
Oh, you didn't say my bit about the picture.
See, you can tell us about pictures. Oh, never mind. I thought he was done.
No, I think it was before we were recording or before the episode started anyway. I saw a thing about, have you guys ever heard of the movie The Tickler?
No. Should I look it up or not look it up? No, you can look it up. It's not a long story. This is from, I think, a video that was probably put on video this past week, talking about like movies, TV, and stuff. The particular movie that I think is a movie from like the 50s, I think. The Tickler? Oh, The Tingler. That might be it.
That's a very different thing than the Tickler.
The Tingler, okay, it's equally dirty sounding. The Tingler was a movie where they put electric connections onto each seat in the auditorium where the movie was shown, and it would zap you when the Tingler appeared on screen, and the audience was encouraged to scream to scare away the Tingler. And the marketing for this movie was like, the experience of the Tingler will make its way into your theater as you watch this movie. You must scream as loud as you can to scare him away, or he'll tickle you forever, or something. But like, it just sounds like the most hilarious 4D sci-fi movie experience from the 1950s or the heyday of this movie created. Like, could you imagine someone trying to do that modern life? It's like, I mean, the Jack Michael had like, Disney, it's like a 4D experience, but just a movie where your seat like vibrates and you're like, scream to make the little girl go back in the TV. Man, that's horrifying.
I think it's a good way to people put their damn cell phones away and shut the fuck up.
Whoa, add that to Wade's list of old man things.
I don't know. It drives me nuts, dude. Right phone screens, like, they actually do drive me nuts. Always the throw right in front of me. They're like, "Hey, look at this! Oh my god!" I'm like, I am trying so hard to watch these movies.
Part of the entertainment, they just gotta enjoy it. I'll never forget, there was, we went to the California Academy of Science in San Francisco, and they had like a Condom movie about like people that choose life, and you know, the way the evidence from kind of like the ball and crazy, and stuff like that. And there's a huge truth. So, how can you know, they could do a deal with little happening on screen. It wasn't, it's just like, you're just like flying through space and like, oh, maybe there's a microorganism on an asteroid. Ooh, asteroid. Anytime any movement happened on screen, this dude was just like, whoa! Oh! Like, it was just him, and he could keep it together. It was so funny.
That's great. Honestly, like, someone getting such pure enjoyment out of it, I don't mind that. Yeah, that's different than, like, the dudes who are snickering and laughing while, like, some sad thing's happening on screen. They're clearly talking about something completely unrelated. It's like, oh my god, that's fucked up. Why are you doing that at the movie? Well, anyway, back to the segue point. I might have to retract it because it's too far removed from the segue now. Thanks, mothers are making a comeback. Beware.
Are you just choosing for segues, or what's...
Mark, back to you.
Okay, alright. No one gets the segue point. I know we only made recognition. What happened? You made horrible. You didn't listen. You didn't see this episode. You were on the
My segue got shot down. I don't even feel like doing it anymore.
segue.
No, there's no segue. I don't remember what Bob originally talked about to make a segment. Alright, here's my segue. Wait. Thank you. You identify. What is it? Yeah. Whenever you read it, you hold it too close to the little stoves in the garden while also getting real thick. Incorrect. Bob, do you have any idea what this is?
That is a flock of DJI Mavic Minis attacking the person recording with their cell phone.
Also wrong. You're both wrong. Okay, we lost.
It's, the bees.
Not the bees! You get a point because you properly identified the animal that made the sound. You get 1 bee point. I'm good for another long day. Now wait, you have a chance to do the second point available. It's whoever can mimic the animal better than the other gets another point. And this also applies if no one can identify the animal. It still applies. So the points we have together. So now Wade imitate that sound. That was pretty late. That was the bomb.
Are you how far off was that? It was pretty far. Wade was trying to. He had a goal into his view. Maybe it was just going switching up the ground after being stuck. But wait. Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of just sounded like Gollum considered to be B. I guess it was still considered to be B. We learned when we were filming once that sometimes I just revolve into Gollum. So if you haven't guessed, this is the game we're playing. One example. You don't guess what these animals are for points. And then make up points if you didn't get it by imitating them. I get to sit and enjoy all of it. Good. I also have a story that relates to this in some way, and it's actually not a story I experienced. Don't, you don't have to do that. It's a story, tell it. I was a little worried about identifying animals, Mark. I gotta say, making animal noises, dated a girl in college that did the same thing. I'm very Did she voluntarily make you make animal noises, or do you say that she asked you to do a lot of imitations of animals? Well, I just made her up in my head, like, I thought that'd be fun to say out loud. Well, see, that's very story. Yeah. Oh, it was a pillow talk. Something like back rubs before, some like your, this is like your Canadian supermodel girlfriend. That was very definitely real, probably. She was American, supermodel internationally, international model, real is real. She just spends a lot of time in Canada, and that's why she can't be here right now. Where's Canada came from? I didn't think Canada. I was just talking about this with Tyler. I was confused because he said, because we were reminiscing about Butters, right? Or not Butters, Village Station. And he said, you met this model at Butters. See, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would that have occurred? Butters of all places? Milford? You expect an international model to be at Butters in Milford? Let me tell you a secret. Her family lived in Milford. And Butters, on a Friday and Saturday night, had a bar. You tell me. You telling me? Say something like that. Alright, what is that? That's smart. But no, we don't need to take this away from him. I'm going to invite you two over and just log on and show you that she exists. How are you going to show that she exists? She has a Facebook account, man. They were so friends. There's going to be a bunch of advertisements from online ads for like whatever she models. Just down really sloppily in Photoshop. See? She sent me these. I'm going to show you a scrapbook of like different people set up and put together. See? Oh, that. Well, anyway, the article that I have here, I guess it's a blend of the Guardian that pertains to the thing. I'm sure she could be real. Anyway, North Carolina child monster in the closet was, in fact, 50,000 bees in the formal colony. That sounds like a lot. I don't know if that's a lot of bees. That sounds like a lot of bees. I always read that article. I didn't read it because I saw that and I was just like, I'm good. Don't need to know. I mean, it's a fascinating read. Because it continues on to it. Family discovers terrifying gigantic bee colony in Wallen.